have to say, what is the word? What is the word that we're talking about today, Lindsay?
Okay, so the word is necessarily.
Ooh. Yeah, this is a really important word, I think. I mean, and today in this episode, there are other ways you can use it, but today we're going to be talking about how it's used in a negative way, like with the word not.
Okay, in a negative way to kind of negate or disagree, right? With what someone's saying.
Right. Well, we'll get into it. So
okay.
it's that you may not agree or something is not 100%. So, you may use this word. We're going to be talking about specifically either saying not necessarily or maybe you can say isn't necessarily, wasn't necessarily, or doesn't necessarily, all these different things, right? So, but we're going to give examples. So when you use this word in this manner, it means not 100%, like it's not a definite.
Yeah, exactly. This is going to really up your game here, guys. If you're able to add this to your English repertoire, it's going to be super useful for you and you're going to sound fluent and be able to connect better. So let's give our listeners some examples, right. Michelle?
So, okay. So for example, and I just want to tag on that, like we just in a recent episode talked about saying when something is 100%, right? We were talking about hands down, I think, right?
Yeah. So go back. What episode was that? Was that 11? Let's see. 38, episode 1138. Go back and listen to that one.
Yeah, go for that. Yeah. So, okay. So, but now we're talking about not necessarily. So, how can you use it? So here's an example. So I know you want to visit in March, but that's not necessarily the best time. It can still snow.
Yes, no kidding. Today is March 4th. We're recording today on March 4th and it snowed today. Big snowstorm. So yes, don't visit New York or Boston in March.
Right. No.
Don't do it.
What's another one, Lindsay?
Okay. Just because that party starts at 12 doesn't necessarily mean that everyone will get there then. Okay.
Right.
Good. Mm-hmm.
Or I don't necessarily think eating at 8 is the best idea for the kids. Don't you think they would rather eat a bit earlier?
I like this. Oh, it's very diverse, very, versatile.
Yeah. Oh, it is very versatile. Yeah. I noticed that I was using this a lot and I just thought, oh, we got to do an episode about it because it's so natural.
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, so this can be used to tell someone their idea may not be the best, right? So like when you talk about visiting New York or visiting, somewhere in March and somebody's saying that's not necessarily, it may not be the best, right? So, and it can also be used to say something isn't 100%, right? So for example, McDonald's is fast food, but it isn't necessarily the cheapest.
Yeah, I like this. This is awesome. So what are some other ways that we might say this that we're trying to say with necessarily, Michelle?
Okay, well, so you could say may not be, or may not mean, or maybe not. So just, I know that was a lot of chunks there, but so for example, you could say, you're right, we need to take a cab, but that may not be the best way to get a ride. I'm going to start over. We need to take a cab. You're right. We need to take a cab, but that may not be the best way to get a ride at that time unless we make a reservation.
Right. So instead of saying that's not necessarily the best time to get a ride, or the best way, you're saying it may not be the best way, right?
Right.